All right, you guys, we've got you all muted and we are just going to get this call rocking and rolling. I will tell you that what we're going to chat about tonight has made like such a difference in my business and my overall life, and some things that we kind of want to pour into you tonight. So if you have someone on your team that maybe gets in a funk, right? They worry about what other people are doing. They kind of are in and out of the game or like starting and stopping. If you have any of those people, like for sure, just give them a private like text right now and just say, hey, I really want you to hop on. I think you might hear some things that really speak to you. And if you are like rock solid, you're as tough as it comes, you know, mentally and steely, and you got grit and you're laser focused and nothing can take you out of the game, just remember that you're going to lead and inspire and mentor some people that don't have that yet. And so it's really good, I think, to just have that reminder of empathy. So we're going to kick off this call tonight, you guys, with a little bit, a lot of it of recognition. And then I've got just a few announcements and we're going to dive right into this. So you guys, I need you to freaking put your hands together and cheer like you've never cheered before, because I think I've like pretty much had a little like, I'll just leave you guys to fill out what the is when I got the recognition from Team Win, because this is absolutely bananas. So Holly and Joel Kirsch, 4-star Golden Circle, 3-star Crystal Executive. They have a new Crystal Executive, Janelle Kelly. 1-star Golden Circle, 1-star Executive. So fun. Sonia River, brand new Crystal Executive. Brandy Brockhow, Bethany Harvey, and Julie Roback, all brand new Crystal Managers. You guys are just crushing the You Share, They Share. Erica Kolb and Thomas Eller, brand new Crystal Directors. Lacey Tyndall, Nicole Miller, Managers. Crystal Katis, Margaret Slabowski, brand new Directors. And I know we have Kristen Boquist also hitting the 5-cycle bonus. You guys, amazing. Top enrollers, can we celebrate Jennifer Gray's 17 enrollments in 1 week? Are you kidding me? That's amazing. Kristen with 8, Jackie Kirby 8, Kelly 8, Carolyn Meal 7, Deb King, Erica Rothenberger, Lizanne Tracy, Janelle Kelly, Summer Meyer, Michelle Walker, Brandy Brokaw, and Melanie Liren. You guys all have over 5 enrollments. Are you kidding me? That's like 1 a day. Huge, huge, huge congratulations. So awesome. I'm so excited for you guys. So let's not leave dreamers behind, because you guys, we had consultants pop like Pez machines this weekend. Like every time I opened up Isopulse and I was double checking just to make sure they all went to the left and the right. That was like my focus, is that they all weren't just going on to like the team leg. So we have a brand new Crystal Manager, Claire Eby. Way to go, girlfriend. You're absolutely crushing it. Brand new consultants and Crystal consultants, Ashley Hare, Reese Bogman, Peggy Moose, Tara Christensen, Holly Craig, Angie Behill, Maya, Kelly Green, Katie Langans, and Donald Eby. Are you guys kidding me? Like that is a lot of people getting their products for free. Top enrollers, Kathy Rowland, Chris Marshall, Laura Laurie, Claire Eby, Emily Sutherland, Kari, Crystal Meekles, Letitia Monroy, Leslie Cordy, Maya, and Sheely Sands. And I want to give a special shout out to my girl, Emily Sutherland, who had her highest organic cycle week in the back office. So no pibs, no matches. She saw double digits. She's well on her way to 2-star. And I'm so excited for her. So you guys, huge, huge congratulations. The recognition, it used to be like, oh, we'll take 60 seconds to celebrate y'all. No, I'm pretty sure we need like 20 minutes in the next couple months of what's happening, because y'all just keep raising the bar and raising the bar. So just a few very quick announcements. I know a lot of people got the email about celebration and from corporate, and that this ticket's like $10 and it's going up to 20. And you're like, wait, I thought we're all going to Adrian's house, or hey, Lauren, you put this like viewing room together. Why are we buying this ticket? I messaged corporate, I messaged events. At the end of the day, you don't need to have it, right? Like the one person that's going to log into their computer needs to have it. However, it's $10. If you're not financially strained, I encourage you to purchase it. Number one, it helps our company, which just gives and gives and gives all the time to us. But number two, there are going to be some like shop from your seat, certain promotions, things that like you have to be a ticket holder to take advantage of. And I know Isagenix, you always get more value than what they're ever going to have you spend. So if it costs you $10, you end up being able to save $50 or $40 or whatever. So worth it. Jessica, do you have something to say about that?
I have something to say in general, something huge, because I just realized on the announcements that we didn't pick it up in the reports because it's, it's a little bit late. but a massive, one of the biggest recognitions that I've ever seen. And I need to shout out this person because I just see them on screen. I'm like, it's a huge accomplishment. Can you guys give it up for Jackie Kirby, who just hit 4-star golden circle? Guys, I can't believe I almost forgot that she hit over 60 cycles organically on the screen. But here's what's special about her. So 3-star, you guys know 3-star gold, 3-star is what's recognized as a 6-figure income in Isagenix. So she trained us last week. She's a full-time mom of 3, has a baby, had a baby at 40, is a teacher full-time, was a professor, came over to us from another company where she didn't have near the success, went 3-star, went 3-star again, went 4-star, and I've never seen it. Guys, she walks the walk. She trained you on it last week. So Laura, I apologize about that, but I'm just realizing we
Huge.
can't.
Don't apologize. It's huge. And I should have known it too, because I saw it on your pages, I saw it on there, and we're just like reading the details and saying organized. Huge, massive accomplishment, you guys. I mean, like literally top like 1-2% of the entire company in this massive explosive growth. Huge congratulations, Jackie. And you guys just not letting up the gas. Like you don't be surprised when you hear the 5 stars right around the corner, right? I mean, these leaps are huge, massive, massive congratulations.
And Lauren, you know, to go from 3-star is 40 cycles, guys, $54 a cycle, 40 cycles. The 4-star jump is a big deal. That's just 60 cycles. And she didn't just do it with matches and a little bit of, PIVs. Girlfriend did it organically. And if there's anybody else, Laura, one other thing that I've been meaning to say, as we're doing these recognition, guys, our reports only pick up certain things. There's a lot of people making big things happen on both of our teams. Shout out people in the comments too, and we can all give them some love. If there's people that you're not hearing us announcing, it's not because they're not badass. It's just really a lot of times because sometimes our reports aren't catching everything like Jackie. So Laura, apologize, but I wanted to make sure we
don't ever apologize for that, you guys. And it's not even that they're not catching everything. That's part of it too. And things that take a week to show up or whatnot, we're trying our best in live time, but it's also when we're recognizing like the top of the top, because we could be here all night celebrating everybody who has their first cycle, first enrollment, first time in the pools of everything. We honor every single one of you. So I'm so glad you said that, Jessica. Just real quick, you guys, with celebration, if you can grab the ticket, I'm sure there's for a reason. We don't know why. And if you're like stressed about it and you say, hey, I know I can watch it at Adrian's, or hey, I know I'm gonna, watch it with Lauren or whatnot. Don't worry about it. We've got you covered. I also just wanted to make sure you guys knew that this week there's the Grow Week calls going on. I mean, those are held by some of Isagenix top leaders. I mean, Tara Romano led it today. The lineup's amazing. It's at 12 Eastern. All week long, Monday through Saturday. It's isagenixzoom.net, and the password is Isagenix with a capital I. If you have the ability to get on and do a power hour different than your normals, it's amazing. And the other thing I just wanted to let you guys know, if you have not seen, and you can get these details, but I just want to bring it to the forefront because I think it's special. The Grow and Glow, Kathy Coover is going to lead this series in May, from May 6th to May 27th. It's Thursday nights at 8:00 Eastern. Again, isagenixzoom.net. And she's got top leaders on there. Zach Slobin is one, Hillary Courtney is one, our own Jessica Rigner is one, that's talking about how to grow with collagen, how to really leverage this opportunity and this amazing elixir. That is worth blocking off your time. Not at the exchange of this call, but just to say, hey, I'm going to pencil this in because I really can commit to an extra 4 hours this month to explode my business all summer long. So that's all I've got for you in terms of a little bit of announcements. But it just, sometimes I think there's so many emails and notifications that those were big ones that I wanted to chat about. So I was messaging Jess over the weekend, and we actually had a great chat today. It was fun to just be able to catch up on the phone personally. And you guys are going to see, if you haven't already noticed, Jess has a week, I have a week. We have a lot of guest speakers coming on, so we're alternating. We have a fabulous, absolutely extraordinary key speaker coming on May 24th. You just want to pencil that off and make sure your team is plugged in. I'm not even telling you who it is, because normally I would make you all do a contest to get on a call with him, but it's going to be incredible. And we're just always like, what do they need most? Like sometimes we're teaching the back office, or sometimes we're teaching connecting, sometimes we're teaching the comp plan. And I just have this calling on my heart to talk about the mindset of this business and how important it is to weather your emotions. And I had some team members, this week have some wall kicking moments, and I had some friends cross line, who are sometimes just in a funk. And it was really that kind of said, let's go back to the basics, like how amazing this opportunity is, but how much we really have to control our mindset. So if you guys have never heard the analogy, and I didn't create this, I just heard it and absorbed it and teach it because I love it. I mean, every single day we have to consciously plant flowers in our subconscious brain, like consciously plant flowers in our conscious brain. And we also have to make sure we're pulling out the weeds. We literally have to pull out the weeds and the things that can take over and bring us into a downward spiral so quickly. So I remember when I first started this, Janny, who's my mentor and Jessica's mentor, she used to say, the people who are steely, who have an emotional wall up around themselves and kind of have a little bit of grit, do this business the best. And I didn't understand what she meant by that. I was like, what does that mean to be emotionally steely? And I was brand new to personal development. I was brand new to network marketing. But as she would describe me on calls, or she would talk to me about my success, I realized what she said. And she would use words like, you're resilient, you're so tough. You won't let anything get in your way. You're unstoppable. And not only did she reinforce things that maybe I didn't know about myself, but she also was creating the personality that she needed me to have in order to continue to have success in this business. And she would tell Jessica and I stories about her husband. So if you guys don't know Janet Elo, her husband played in the NBA for well over a decade, top basketball player. And she would tell me stories about how he had the worst sprained ankles and would win championship games, how he had, dislocated his shoulder, and it didn't even faze him because the focus wasn't the pain. The focus wasn't a dislocated shoulder. The focus was, we're in the fourth quarter, there's 5 minutes left, and this is getting us into the playoffs, and I have a game to win. And that type of mentality, that type of tenacity shows up in this business. So let me tell you what that looks like. There are certain people yesterday morning, right? 9 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, you have 12 hours to still work this business. And the magic happens on a Sunday, right? That said, oh, I'm going to brunch. No one's calling me back. No one's liked my post all week long. I'm getting 0 engagement on my stories. Screw it. I'm putting in zeros for my April leader in action, and I'll start over on May, right? That is one type of person that happened. The polar opposite is someone who said, I got 12 hours and I'm going to sit my butt in my chair. I'm going to smile and dial. I'm going to message everybody I know. I'm going to post that, all day long. I'm going to teach my team how to do it. And I am committed. I said I was going 1 star, come hell or high water. I'm not getting out of this seat, even if I don't shower and I don't drink water until I see 10 cycles in the back office. Most of us are somewhere in between, right? But the thing is, so much of that has less to do with the action and more to do with your mindset around it, right? Like, why do some people take themselves out of the game and some people persist until? You've heard this over and over and over, that your team will do 100% of what you're not doing, and they'll do like 1 to 5% of what you are doing. So if you're not posting, your team is not posting. If you're not teaching the comp plan, your team is not teaching the comp plan. If you're not recruiting, if you're not, enrolling, if you're not getting your team paid, your team is not going to do that. And even if you're a trendsetter, you're Holly Kirsch, you're Erica Rothenberger, you're Jackie Kirby, you're Stephanie Dunn, you're Emily Sutherland, you're one of these go getters, the majority of your team might still not do it. But that doesn't mean that you can't stop, right? Because to attract in those runners with you, you're always going first. So in no rhyme or reason, you guys, this was my notes of things that I was thinking about today and over the weekend that I wanted to cover. And if it doesn't flow, it's not meant to be perfect. It's meant to be real and for me to just tell you some stories, and hopefully you grab a couple gold nuggets that either help you or they help someone on your team. So there was a period of time in my business, you guys, that I had no idea what I was doing. And I suddenly was being called a leader, this rising star. We had a team of like a couple thousand people, but I really had no idea what I was doing. And I was copying and pasting everybody's stuff. And I was just delegating. Like, I just felt like I was dictating at people. This was 6 years ago, maybe 7. And I remember Janny calling me one day and she just said, I don't know what you're doing, but it doesn't look like very much fun. And I was like, what? But I have goals and I have goals and I have to do all this stuff and I don't have time to party. And she said, people get yelled at all day long by their spouses. They get yelled at by a boss all day long. People are not recognized. They're not celebrated. They're bossed around in every other area of their life. That is not why people do this business. And she said, if you're not having fun, no one else is having fun. And no one's getting on your calls because all you do is yell at them. And no one is doing anything because you're in your Facebook group just like dictating to them. And she said, delete all those posts, take them all down, you know? And I was like, what? But I worked really hard and I organized this. And she was like, I don't care, delete it. And there was this moment that I thought, okay, I want what she has. I want what she's shown all these other people. My way is not going to get us there. And even if I'm this drill sergeant, workaholic, I'm like obsessed with this business, if nobody else is, or nobody else can see my vision, like why? What's the point, right? Like no one's running with you. And so I always remember her saying, if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. Now, don't get me wrong. There's times this business is gonna challenge you, right? We're gonna have wall kicking moments. It's stressful. We can get excited, you know, when we are rank advancing. We can get frustrated when there's returns or the people we thought were gonna do it are not. There's always gonna be the highs and the lows. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's not going away. And the same highs and lows that you feel as a new person who enrolled a value pack and got a return in the same week is the same highs and lows of you enrolling a rock star from another company who's going to be the next Isagenix millionaire and a top leader leaving your business. Okay. It doesn't change. It's going to challenge you all of the time, but it's like, how do you handle with that? Right? How do you roll with that? And so I remember Janny saying along that side of
I heard that.
not only what? Oh, I think somebody just like maybe popped off and mute real fast. So I remember her also saying with that, it has to be fun. You know, whether it was a tasting party, she's like, you've got to make it cute. You've got to make it, you know, a contest. You've got to have a reason for people to dress up and it be special and them want to be there. If you guys have not, I encourage you to go look at Holly and Ann's wall from this little collagen tasting that they did earlier this week. I tagged a few of my girlfriends in it because it looks fun. It doesn't look like a launch party. It doesn't look like you're going to go and sit there and be totally manipulated to buy something. It looks like gorgeous girls that have something you want. They're having wine, they're having snacks, that, you know, display is beautiful, that people want to go. They're choosing to go to something like that in the limited free time that they have because it's fun. And she would talk about how we lead an army of volunteers. And I want you guys to understand what this means. Jessica's team, I think I just heard on Erica Rothenberger's podcast that it's 40,000. I actually think it's higher than that now. But if you actually think about the percentage of people who are building this business, right, who are really hustling, who are really working, and how much of that is happy product users, how much of that is people who have ordered over 100 BV every 29 days for 4 years or 5 years or 6 years, and where that is. And Betsy Frame would tell us, that's another part of our way up line. She would tell us the foundation of your business is happy product users that cycle less than 10 times a month. Less than 10 times a month. That's like 0, 1, 2, 3 times a week is where they are. She said, these are not the people that are not going to make Christmas cookies with their kids in December to get on a team call, but they're going to order every single month. So love on them. You know, she would say, hey, these are not the people who are wanting to get on the team calls, that want to do launch parties, that want to message a lot of people, but love on them and be really grateful that they order every single month, because that's the foundation. And in the process of finding your blue M&Ms, in the process of finding the people that want to go to the moon with you and recruiting them, right? We have to have fun. We have to remember that we lead this army of volunteers, and we're looking for those people with burning desire. We're looking for those people that say, get out of my way. I don't care what this takes. This is the best gift. This is the best thing since sliced Wonder Bread. I've got the Willy Wonka ticket of wellness, of wealth, or whatnot. Nothing like this is coming around, and I want to go to the very, very, very top of this company. I see it, Jessica, I totally will. And in the process of that, I'm going to take you back to why you have to be emotionally steely and why you have to have a little gritty. So Jessica's saying, talk about a blue M&M. You guys, in the bag of M&Ms, if we were in a blind taste, right, they'd probably all taste the same. But why is the blue M&M like this special one? You know, it's the diamond in the rough. I use the analogy too. If you're looking for a very specific seashell, you could pick up seashells all day long at the beach, but you're looking for one specific seashell. So your blue M&Ms is your ideal business partner, right? right? They match the criteria of your intention statement. They are hardworking. They're highly influential. They're networked. They have a high money blueprint. They're competitive. They're faith-based. They believe in contribution and service and philanthropy, whatever that is. Those are your dream team. So if you think about the coach that could put the best football player team together to win the Super Bowl, he's going to have to talk to a lot of quarterbacks, a lot of fullbacks, a lot of running backs, major defense players to put this team together. We're doing the same with network marketing, right? As you're putting your dream team together, we're celebrating all of our customers, we're loving on them, but you have to be steely through the recruiting process. So I'll ask people sometimes, like, I just feel like I've run out of people to talk to. And I'm like, really? All the billions of people in the world? You know, I mean, there's like less than 1 million in isogenics. We're in all these countries, like you really run out of people to talk to. And I said, or you ran out of people you're comfortable to talk to, because that's a different conversation. And being willing to get out of your comfort zone, be willing to meet new people, join new Facebook groups, whatever that is, that's that toughness that says, you know what? I committed to going 3-star this year. So even though people aren't naturally reaching out to me for my posts, I don't care. I'm going to reach out to them anyways, because I don't believe in posting and praying. I believe in seeking out some of the people that I want to run to the moon with. If you guys don't know the story of Jessica Rigner and Summer Meyer, I love this, right? I mean, she was recruiting athletes because athletes are competitive and they're steely. She talked to her husband and he was like, hey, I think my wife would be really good at this. You know, Summer Meyer is an amazing, amazing leader on Team Win. That came from a Facebook connection. It came from a Facebook reach out. If you guys have ever messaged in your cold market, someone on Facebook or Instagram that is a builder that has changed your business, I want you to put a 1 in the chat. Okay, so here I will tell you what my morning looked like. I have a brand new puppy that I'm trying to house train, and you know, my routine's a little bit off right now. Ryan's family and came over with their dogs, you know, like we played all day and I was like, oh, I gotta do my messages. Like I'm a little bit stressed about it, you know, I got stuff to do and the family's here. Then I had a friend that was like, can you come here? I need to talk for a little bit, whatever. We got home last night. One of the last things I wanted to do, I told you I was gonna be real honest and real vulnerable. I didn't want to sit down on Sunday night and message 30 people. It doesn't always feel fun. Sometimes I am. Sometimes I'm super excited and I like can't wait. I really do like to recruit, and it's like a project to find those people that I'm looking for. I seek out people who seem competitive. I seek out people that look highly influential. I seek out people who are glamorous and fun and fit and have a huge heart. But sometimes I'm like, you know what? I have to do the do like everybody else. You guys, I love to work out. You guys know that. I love it. I'm an unhappy person when I don't, just like I love to recruit. However, there are days I don't feel like it. There are days that I'm like, gosh, the last thing I want to go do right now is get on the Peloton. But I do it because it's not about what you do once or twice, right? It's the consistency. It's about what you do over and over, and it's about what you do when you don't want to do it. So I sat down last night and I started just sending the messages. There's great ones from Erica Rothenberger and Jessica and Laura Lori and Kisa, you guys that are in all of our team's pages. So I sent out, you know, a few of the ones of like, hey, this is random. I popped on your page. I thought, you know what, if we met in real life, we'd be friends. And I'm curious, what do you do? Where are you from? You know, I sent that to a few more people. I sought out another script and just sent the message of like, hey, not sure if you've seen this new collagen elixir, 10 times more potent than anything on the market. No doubt in my mind, you could crush this with your influence in your network. Do you have time to chat with me this week, right? Send them out, send them out, send them out, send them out, send them out. You guys have no idea this morning when I woke up, the response of like, hey, thanks for your message. That was a fun way to wake up. Or like, hey, thanks for reaching out. I'd love to chat with you. That makes it worth it because I want to get on the phone with people that want to talk to me, right? But here's what I'm going to tell you. I chose to focus on the responses, the ones that engaged with me. I didn't even for 1 second scroll through to find out who ignored me and who didn't respond to me. Because the very first thing this morning when I got up and I write my intention statements and I'm doing my gratitude, I can plant a flower or I can plant weeds. Okay, I can plant a flower or I can plant weeds. So I could either be like, oh my gosh, all these people rank advanced on Team Win and Dreamers didn't have that many rank advancements this week, right? I can go that route. Oh my gosh, I messaged like 30 people and only 3 wrote me back. Like, oh, I really suck at this. 27 people didn't want to talk to me, right? Like you can go that way and we've all been there. Or I woke up, I was like, hot damn, You are a blue M&M. You are a server. You're working multiple jobs. You're fit. You're a personal trainer. Like, I found my avatar. Like, you're going to the top of me. Like, all I could do was wait to get on the phone with this one girl in Texas. I didn't have time to scroll through who didn't respond to me. Why? What's the point? It doesn't do you anything, right? And so we have that choice with every single thing. And then how I posted this morning, think about my energy. So we talk about this all the time with your posts, with your messages, with your birthday messages, with your follow-ups. You are a magnet or you're a shield. It doesn't even matter what you're saying all the time. If people are not interested because they can feel the energy, they're like, like, I don't even know what she's saying, but like, no, thank you, right? Or the opposite, excited and confused. They think, I don't even know what she's doing, but I want to be around it. Like, how could that person be so excited and happy on a Monday morning? But it really is a choice. And I remember Eric Worre talking at GoPro once. Jessica was there with me at the 6 and 7 Figure Summit. I also heard him do it at the Influencer Summit a couple years ago, that, you know, as entrepreneurs, you can have a bad moment, maybe a couple bad hours, and at most you get a bad day. You don't get bad weeks, right? You don't get bad months. You don't get bad seasons. And that you literally have to like pick up your big girl pants, big boy pants, and keep going right away, because you not only are your own CEO, but so many people are trusting you and so many people are following you, that when we don't have a job, right? Like, we can't hire in this business, but we also can't fire. You know, you can't be hired, but you can't be fired. That it's you that has to show up every single day. And I have heard over the years, you guys, I'm coming up on 8 years in doing this, which is bananas. I've been with Isogenics longer now than I've had my nutrition practice. But when people get in this funk, sometimes it's like this revolving conveyor belt. You know, you're just stuck and stuck and stuck on everything that's not working. And you can make that decision. You can make that choice in a second. And what happens is it's like, oh, I didn't enroll anybody this week. Want, want, want. Well, I'm not going to post because nobody likes my post anyways. Want, want, want. Oh, I didn't rank anybody this week because my team isn't posting because I'm not posting. Want, want, want. I suck at this. I'm never going to make any money with this. Want, 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 right? You can go down the whole path. Or in a second, the best thing that changes that energy and changes that state is action. So if you stay in a pity party and you're complaining and you're being in this victim mindset, and I'm just being real raw because I've been there and we hear it, you're not going to change, right? That's, well, how is that going to shift anything? But if you say, you know what, I'm in control of my destiny and I'm going to shake it off, and this week's amazing and I'm attracting in people and I'm going to have my highest cycle week ever. If Jackie Kirby can go from 40 cycles to 60 cycles, fine. I'm going from 10 to 20, right? I'm hanging out with, high energy people. I'm hanging out with high vibing people. Anything is possible. I'm unstoppable, and it starts today on a Monday. I'm messaging people and I'm putting up the best post I've ever had, right? Take action and watch how quickly that will change. And when you show up as light and love and you're having fun, you guys, this business is going to change. When you put so much pressure on yourself and all you're focused on is cycles and double pips, now, by all means, please do not ever hear me as not a goal-oriented person. I am highly money motivated. I am highly motivated by recognition. I am highly motivated by goals. I'm as red as it comes, right? I've worked really, really, really hard to pull out the teeny bits of blue empathy in me, and really hard to try and bring in like the fun factor, because that's not me, right? I could do this all the time, but other people don't operate that way. Very few people do, actually. And when you show up as someone who's full of gratitude and someone who's positive and someone who's energetic and someone who genuinely believes they can help you, when I get on the phone, I don't worry about what that person's doing for me, which is also why I don't worry if they don't do it. I show up as, what can I say that it will click for them, that they want to be a part of this? How can I show up to make a difference for that person? How can I cast the vision? What question can I answer in a way that someone gets what we have here? And if it's not for them, it's not for them. So when I tell you I messaged 30 people and 25 or 27 of them didn't respond to me, it doesn't matter, because you run with those that are engaging and those that are exciting. And not everybody's going to do it. Who's online dated? If you guys have ever online dated, put a 2 in the chat, okay? Because I definitely have. So do you know how many times on Bumble I swiped just to want to heart someone that I thought was cute enough? I mean, it's really a terrible situation. You're just like fully on looks in like a 10, bulletproof or bullets of bio of what this person is. Swipe, just enough to be like, oh, you're cute. Okay, maybe we'll go on a date. Then of all those dates, to think there might be a second date, to then get into a relationship. Like, we put so much pressure on ourselves with network marketing, but I don't want you to focus on the people that you swipe that weren't a fit for you. Show up and be like, okay, for whatever reason they didn't enroll. Thank you. Thank you for saving me from drama. Thank you for, not allowing a toxic person into my business. Thank you for making space for the person who's going to change my business. Thank you for bringing in space, for the person who's fun and coachable. Would you not rather want to work with like 2 or 3 amazing people than 10 or 20 that like suck the shit out of you every single day? Like, come on, right? That's not rocket science. So we talk about these messages of being emotionally steely. Part of that grittiness is being okay with the no. If you guys ask Jessica Rigner how many people she's messaged about collagen since January 5th when we knew about it, or January 6th, if you guys truly asked her, you would be mind blown. You would be mind blown. It's not in the hundreds. It's for sure in the thousands. But if you ask her how many people have like ignored her or like not enrolled with her or not done it, she doesn't even have a freaking clue. She doesn't care. Why? What's the point? She's focused on all the people that have come in and helping all those people share. So I'm going to leave you with this, you guys. Just a few different thoughts. If you're not doing personal development, you need to start. In every corner, in every device, from social media to the news to song lyrics, we get negativity planted into our brain. You guys, I love country music. Don't get me wrong, but it is depressing. Like, if you're having a bad day, don't listen to country, right? Like, that is not a good thing. I love country music, but I also like my animals now, right? I actually still like my significant other. Don't do it. You open up social media, and between the ads and the fights and the drama, like, that is not going to set you up for success necessarily. My husband loves the news. I don't. I like want to walk through the kitchen like this, right? Like, I'm like, if I hear Chris Cuomo one more time, I'm like, turn it off, right? Like, it doesn't do anything for me. But at the same point, you have to plant those flowers. So I committed a long time ago to read. I gotten away from it, and this year it's something I'm doing every single day. Right now, thanks to Jessica Rigner, I'm reading this with a group of girls on the team. It's amazing. If you guys have not read it, we read Green Lights last month. We read Atomic Habits before that. We read Kathy's book, and just saying, I'm putting in something that's going to make me better. I'm putting something in that's going to teach me a different skill set. I also listen to a podcast every single day, sometimes 2, but I'm going to shower and I'm going to put on makeup and I'm going to blow dry my hair no matter what every single day. So I have the choice. Do I want to listen to depressing Chris Cagle and country music, or do I want to listen to Lynn Hagedorn? Do I want to listen to Erica Rothenberger and Jessica Rigner and Tony Robbins and David Goggins and Joe Rogan and all of these people that like fire me up? Like, I come up from working out and showering and listening to something, like, get out of my way. I'm so pumped. I'm like, if David Goggins can run through a desert barefoot, I can message some people about collagen, right? I mean, I'm excited. But the other is, it's growth in this business. When someone started to tell me I have a huge business, they're like, Lauren, like, you have twice as much as the average small business in the United States, or these random statistics from like my network marketing business. I remember thinking I had such responsibility, and I had never been in sales. I had never been in management. I had never been in leadership. And I said, what do I have to learn to get better? And so I'm talking to some of my new leaders right now, and they say, how do you get to know people so well? Like, you really know what motivates them. I said, oh, I didn't used to know that. I thought everybody just wanted to work for $100 a week and go for the prizes I wanted. But we really do clue in to who wants quality time, who wants recognition, who's motivated by money, who's motivated, by service and philanthropy or whatever that may be, and then getting to know your team. It takes time to understand why they're in this business. What do they want out of it? It's not always what you want out of it. It's taking the time to dig in and say, Sherry, what does this business do for you? What do you want to make happen in 2021? And what are your other options if not this? Lisa, what has this business done for you? Why are you committed to it? What do you want to get out of it? I mean, that's the part that it will somewhat teach you organically, but getting on these types of team calls, listening to podcasts, listening to other successful network marketers, reading books is going to make a huge difference. You guys, one of the books that absolutely changed my life with this business, but then changed my life, how I show up every other way, is The 4 Agreements. If you guys have never read it, I mean, it's like a simple kid's book. And I used to have the 4 Agreements like written on a sticky note on my computer, because I would look at it, but it's like, be impeccable with your word. I remember I would look at that, and if I was talking about the vision or I was prospecting someone, I said, don't embellish, right? There's enough people out in this business that are all, the highs and the lows and are all shiny objects. I said, just tell the freaking truth, Lauren, right? You can't go wrong if you tell the truth. One of them is don't take anything personally. So when someone returns or someone switches teams or someone doesn't get on team calls or someone doesn't come to a Super Saturday, I thought, you know what? Don't take anything personally. You're doing the best you can. And so when you're thinking about how you show up every single day, what are you choosing to focus on? So I just have a few little thoughts. I told you this was in no order, but I didn't want to get all over the place, that I didn't get them to you. When we talk about how you start your day and how you show up, one of the very first things I want you to ask yourself when you're recruiting yourself every single morning, how you go to bed, do you have a scarcity mindset or do you have an abundant mindset? You guys jot these down because I want you to reflect on them and I want you to think about them tonight before you go to bed, and I want you to wake up thinking about this way. Like, are you going to go to bed tonight because your cycles aren't as high as you want, or are you going to go to bed so grateful for what's already on the screen? Do you go to bed tonight frustrated that someone hasn't responded to your Facebook post and you haven't enrolled someone today? Or are you going to bed with an abundance of, there's so many people out there and there's so many people to bless, I won't be able to call or message enough people. Like, there's so many people out there I won't even be able to have time to talk to because whatever, right? That's a huge part of it, the scarcity or the abundance. If you are not grateful for what is, you cannot be given more. So I want you to truly celebrate if you have one cycle, if you have 2 cycles right now, if you have 10 cycles, if you have 20 cycles, like whatever is showing in the back office. And even if it's a 0, that's okay. It's Monday. Be grateful now. So scarcity versus abundance mindset. The second, if you're not doing your intention statements, you need to start. Eric Coover taught Jessica Rigner and I this back in 2013. I can't even tell you how many notebooks just like this are filled with my intention statements. You don't really realize how powerful they are, but that is you planting the seed every single day of who you're willing to work with. It will give you permission to not worry about those that you're not aligned with. It will allow you to find the blue M&Ms that you're looking for, but it also opens up the door for them to find you. So you guys if you've never heard that, right? What you focus on, you find, or it finds you. That will naturally happen. So sometimes you can be messaging these people, recruiting these people, and out of nowhere, someone shows up and they're like, hey, I've been following you for a year. I've never commented on your post. I've never liked anything, but I'd really love to know what you're up to. But that starts with you being open. In choosing to go through Instagram and not worry about who's vaccinated and who's not, right? To get on Instagram and not worry about what blogger is recommending the best earrings and the best shoes and whatever else, but to get on Instagram and say, you know what, I'm looking for someone who's highly influential. I'm looking for someone who has kids. I'm looking for someone who's in the fitness industry. I'm looking for someone in the beauty industry, right? It allows you to go directly to what you want. So scarcity versus abundant mindset, intention statements. I've mentioned this throughout this call tonight, but it's its own bullet point, is gratitude. You guys, if you could follow me around in my house all day long, you would laugh at how much I talk about being grateful for things. And I'm so conditioned, I'm grateful for the bad things. So Jess and I read a book called The Magic 5, 6, 7 years ago with Janie. It's the sequel to The Secret. So if you've never read The Secret, that's about the law of attraction. The Magic is the secret to it, or the sequel to it. And it's a 28-day cycle around like the lunar cycle, but it's a 28-day practice of gratitude. And it will teach you, like, one day it's focused on health, one day it's focused on money, one day it's focused on finances. But how, if you are having like the worst, terrible, horrible day, like you get a flat tire and you ran out of gas and you're late to the meeting, to literally be grateful because that's the universe protecting you from something worse. Your flat tire protected you from a potential accident, right? That flat tire protected you from something else. I have conditioned myself so much that even when things go wrong, I'm grateful for it because I trust that something greater than myself, more powerful than myself, is working in my favor. So I grab my little puppy in the morning. I'm not even kidding you guys. And I'm like in the mirror, like doing my affirmations. And I'm like, and I'm grateful for you. And are you grateful for your house? And are you grateful for your food? Because it makes me feel good. Same way we do the birthday messages. It makes me feel good. You know, when my stepdaughter's in a funk, I'll immediately be like, okay, what's going well for you? And she's like, you're not listening to me. I'm like, yes, I am. But I'm going to help you work through this, because here's what I'll tell you. You can choose your heart. I had this conversation with a girlfriend last night on my team at 10 o'clock at night last night. And I said, you want to know what's hard? Cleaning toilets. I used to do it. I stocked shelves at a vitamin store. I was the manager of Vitamin Cottage here in Colorado. It's a nutritional store. And as a manager, one of the things I had to do was clean the toilets. When Isagenix came into my life, you want to know what I committed to? Never freaking clean in a toilet. For those that want to do it or do it, I'm not putting that down, okay? There's no shame against that. I know there's a lot of house cleaners and amazing people out there. For me, that was hard. It was hard on my back. It was hard on my knees. It was hard on my ego as someone who's highly educated. Messaging people slightly tipsy from a few glasses of Prosecco on my couch on Sunday night is not hard. That is not hard. And I want you guys to remember that. You want to know what's hard was Jessica Rigner flying from Philadelphia to LA, right? And her nanny raising her kids. She was the breadwinner, and her nanny having to call her in on a FaceTime call to her daughter's recital because she couldn't be there. That's not hard. The life now, she's about to go back to the Jersey Shore for the summer, and she gets to boogie board every single day with all 4 of her beautiful children and some of her best friends. Do you think that there were hard moments between that and this? Do you think there were wall kicking moments? You guys, I've known Jessica Rigner every single day since she's been in the company. But you have to keep that into perspective and have gratitude for what is when it gets a little tough, right? You have to get a little gritty. When we think about our intention statements, if you don't have a vision board, I know that we think that this is so cliche. What are you doing this for? If you don't even know where you're going, no one else knows where you're going. On my vision board, I have a lot of things that are there for me, but I have also things for the team, right? When I have a single mom who needs to be able to pay for college for the kids, I ask them, where does this kid need to go to college, right? Where? I'm putting it on my vision board, right? So I know, if Kari wants to put her kid to Notre Dame, I've got Notre Dame up there, and I know that is the goal, okay? And we work on it together. You have to stay so focused on that because it will drive you. When people ask me things like, hey, are you coming out for Taco Tuesday? I'm like, nope. Kari's son's going to Notre Dame this year. We're sending out messages. We're posting. It will guide you to everything you want, from how you look to how you feel and to where you're going. And the last thing that I have for you, my last little bullet, is stop focusing on what isn't happening. Focus on what you want to happen. You guys, the power of energy and attraction is so huge. It's so huge. So if last night you thought, oh my gosh, my friend didn't hit executive, right? Like, I suck at this. I'm never going to be able to create executives. You can immediately close your eyes and visualize 4 of your brand new crystal executives walking across stage at our next in-person event, right? You can see them getting the earrings that Isagenix is going to send them. You can picture them texting you when they get their award. You can see them being like, oh my God, I just got $1,000. Like, hold on to the energy of how it's going to feel when someone hits crystal executive, and how grateful they are for you that you didn't give up on them. How grateful they are for you that you did a gazillion ATMs, right? That you helped them edit every single Facebook post, that you did a tasting party with them. Hold on to that and know that it's coming. Know that it's coming. A lot of things in life are not on our timing, right? I do believe, I'm a faith-based person. I totally believe in God's timing. If that doesn't align with you, just trust that there's something greater. And sometimes we have to learn a skill. Sometimes people are just not ready for us yet. I always say, my husband, I was not ready for him 5 years ago. I love and appreciate and adore everything he is today because of what I went through. Sometimes people are just not ready for us. So you guys are amazing. I don't know, Jess, if you have anything you want to say, but I just want to remind yourself how important the personal development is with this. It has a lot to do with your money mindset. It has a lot to do with your communication. It has a lot to do with your belief in your energy. You all are incredible. You all were attracted into this for a reason. That just choose on what you focus on. Know that it's going to grow, be aligned, be full of integrity, and know that you're getting paid every step of the way to become a better human being.
I love it, Laura. I absolutely love everything that she said. And I'll just add this, that there are seasons. You're talking about this. We've been in the seasons of discouragement. We've been in seasons of massive growth. And if you have a pulse right now, you feel the season of momentum. You feel the season of favor happening across these teams right now. You could choose being stuck. I said this in the chat, guys, and I just want to tell you because it's so on my heart right now. Being stuck is something that's happened to you. Staying stuck is your choice. And even if that seems hard, if you heard everything that Lauren just said here, staying stuck in a season of swell and momentum is your decision. Because you can bemoan why it's not happening, and you can speak all the things that you don't want into the universe. You can speak them out into your team and your downline, your upline, and your sideline. But in the meantime, while you're talking and expending that energy to speak about that, a lot of people on this team are out there doing it and proving that it's possible. You've got Ann White proving that it's possible. You have Daniela making it happen, and Stephanie and Katie and Tina and Sheila making it happen. So I want to tell you, please, if you don't want to go and take your business to another level, if you don't want to be part of the swell of momentum, contribute to what's spoken about. Bring more favor into this team, more growth into this team, and truly look around. If it's possible for one, if it's possible for Laura and Susan and Holly and Kristen, if it's possible for them, it's possible for you. What Lauren dropped here is just pure gold. It took us 7 years, almost 8 years, to learn and feel some of these things. I can hear them from her, and it's like I'm hearing them for the very first time. I hear Janny still speaking into us. And guys, I think one of the most important things of all this gold that Lauren dropped here, one of the things that I really want to tell you, it's, and people say, what's the number one thing that grew your business? This is Janny Elo to her core. It's Lauren Firestone to her core. It's you get obsessed with other people being blessed. You get obsessed with other people's cycles, with their businesses, getting them paid. Who can we impact? If that's your obsession, she would say, take your eyes off your own cycles and your eyes off your own benefit. And you get wildly obsessed with, you wake up in the morning, your feet hit the ground, you say, who can I serve? God, drop the people in my life. Thank you in advance for the people I will bless with this opportunity. The no's don't even phase. I couldn't even tell you who said no, but I promise you, you will never, ever forget who said yes. I hope you guys have an awesome week. Thank you, Lauren. You bless everybody. So proud of you, and I'm so grateful for you. Have a great night, everybody.